Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. I'm happy you're here today. I'm sharing a huge shopping haul for Christmas decor. This is all of the things that I have been searching for the last couple of months actually. I like to begin shopping early, and I know that that sometimes pushes the envelope for people, but truthfully, that's how you get the things that you really want before they sell out. I actually did have a few items that I wanted so badly, but I was not able to pick up because they were sold out. So I'm hoping for some restock notifications on a lot of those items. But I will share with you today a lot of the items that I have. Now, I'm also in the process of putting together a video for you guys so that I can kind of discuss my thought process, because I think that a lot of times when you watch people decorate their homes, everything just kind of falls together and it just flows together. And sometimes it's helpful just to see like the thought process of how a person would plan the look that they're going for. And so I'm going to be putting together my Pinterest boards and just sort of explaining to you why I picked up the items that I did. So today we'll look at the items, and then next video we will take a look at Pinterest and kind of go over a lot of the items and why I bought them. Let's get started with the haul. So I want to start with this beautiful mercury glass tree from my Texas house. Now this is a Walmart item. A lot of you guys may know that already. This one is so pretty, and I thought that it would be great for the look that I'm going for this year, because I do have brown and green and a little bit more of a muted palette. But honestly, this type of a tree could go perfectly with the traditional red and green Christmas decor as well. You could even use this to mix in the silver and gold look. I think this is so pretty. Now this one does have an opening at the bottom. It's not actually lighted, but you could place an LED candle inside, and I think this would be a beautiful item, maybe in a tablescape or just for some simple shelf styling. Candles all around it and maybe some greenery and garland. Such a beautiful Christmas tree that is definitely usable year after year. Now I'm just kind of going in a random order because I'm not very organized when it comes to the way I do things. I kind of find things at different stores at different times, and I don't always have a shopping plan, but when I see it in store, I know it's something that I want, and that's exactly what happened with this absolutely gorgeous candle holder from HomeGoods. This one was $12.99, and I just thought it was so pretty, and I thought that the etching of the trees would be absolutely gorgeous with a candle inside. This one is probably going to end up on my tablescape. They had another size also. It had a little bit of an elevated base, but it was like a dark wood, and because I want to go with more of that sort of rustic glam look, I didn't think that dark wood was a good complement. I thought that was a little bit too modern, so I only picked up this one, but I could just imagine how beautiful these trees would be once I have a candle flickering inside. So definitely a good find. It is pretty fragile. It's glass, so I have to be very careful, but I thought it was worth it for $12.99. Now you guys, I know bells are like, they're everywhere, right? Everybody has been purchasing and decorating with bells for quite some time. And so when I found this one at HomeGoods, I thought it was just a standard bell, because it does look just like all of those vintage bells that people are picking up on Amazon and at Hobby Lobby. And this one I thought maybe was just kind of placed somewhere because it was in the candle section, but when I picked it up I realized it actually is a candle. This one has a beautiful pine scent. It is so pretty. It's glass, so you know, if you pick this up in store, do be careful. But it was $12.99, and look at the detailing of this gold. I thought this was so beautiful, and I love the way it incorporates that sort of glam look, and then also this jute cord for a little bit more of a rustic touch, and sort of balances it out. So I can't wait to style this. I think this is going to not only look beautiful, but also when I'm burning it, it's going to create such a beautiful scent in my home this year. Now, when we're talking about bells, I decided that I wanted to go with a slightly different look on my fireplace this year than I did last year. I had these really beautiful crocheted garlands that I used along with my greenery on my fireplace, and I really do love that. But I thought this year I would incorporate a little bit more of the bells, and so I went ahead and picked this up at Michael's. This is a brass bell garland. The bells actually do ring, but I thought this would be a really pretty complement to a lot of the bells that I'm using around the house. But I thought it was so neat because not all of the bells are the same shape. So we've got this one here that's more like a cylinder, and then this one here more triangular shaped, and then this one's more like a cowbell. So I thought that was kind of fun and a nice way to incorporate a little bit more of those metallics over by the fireplace. Now, if you like the bells, but you're not looking to spend a ton of money going around purchasing all of these vintage metal bells, Target's Dollar Spot does have a $5 option. I was only able to find one of them, but they are quite substantially sized. It's a pretty big bell compared to my hand. And I thought for $5, I didn't love the look of this color. This is almost like an aluminum. I don't know, it's super lightweight. It does have the ringer inside and the beautiful jute cord, but I was thinking maybe I could do some rub and buff on this just to age it a little bit more. But for $5, I thought that was a great price for just one more accent piece. And one of the things that you want to do, guys, is repeat items in multiple areas of your home. And so for me this year, it's the bells. I want to have bells on garlands as well as tabletops and shelf styling. And so that's why I picked this up. But I will tell you, check in store as soon as you can if this is something that you want, because they only had one at my Target. And so I'm worried that they may be a hot ticket item and people are buying them up and they're maybe sold out. So check your local Target, check online as well, see if you can find some bells that are within your price range that you can work to repeat that pattern all through your house if that's something that you're looking to do this season. Now, I have been on the lookout for a tree topper this year because the one I used last year isn't really going to go with my color scheme this year. And I knew I wanted one that would light up. I knew I wanted one that would just illuminate the top part of the tree a little bit. And so when I came across this one at Hobby Lobby, I thought it was really pretty. I love that it's plastic, so if it did fall, it wouldn't shatter. But it's got this beautiful mercury glass look to it, and it does light up. So I thought for $12.99, I thought this was a really good price, because I have seen some other ones go for $25, $35, even $50. And granted, they are a higher quality material. This one is just plastic. But I think once it's on the top of the tree, you won't be able to tell either way what the material is. And so that's a money saving tip if you're looking to have a little bit of a high-end look, but you want to do it on a budget. When you are shopping for items that are not going to be front and center or close to eye level, go ahead and find items that maybe are made in a slightly less expensive material. And that way you'll have the money to spend on those items that are front and center for a little bit higher price item. Now, I picked these up at Hobby Lobby, but I bought them during the fall season, and I don't know if they will be available this year. But I thought that the coloring was exactly right for the look that I want to go for this year. It's got just a little bit of gold, it has a little bit of a rustic look, and so it very nicely blends that rustic glam look that I'm going for, and in a way that's sort of subtle and understated. Now, I don't know how I'm gonna use these. Obviously, they're bowl filler, and the packaging came with 4 of them, and so they're kind of large enough that they would be great for maybe dough bowl styling. You could use these like sort of laid down in your table centerpiece with some greenery and some lights. I think that would be really pretty, but this is exactly the look that I was trying to accomplish this year. And so when I saw them for the fall, I grabbed them. You might be able to still find them, and if you do, they're probably deeply discounted if this is something that you're looking to do this year. Now, because I don't really like a modern look when it comes to Christmas decorating, I have a lot of gold and sort of glam elements going on this year with my decor that I've purchased. And so one of the ways that you sort of tone that down is to bring in some rustic texture. Now, I think these driftwood trees from Target are a great way to do that. This is the smaller one, and this one was $15. These are from the Threshold line. And then the larger one, also very similar, was $20. But I thought this would be a great way to tone down a lot of that sort of metallic gold glam look that I've got going on, because I don't want to go overboard with that glam look. I definitely want to keep this a little bit more humble, and so I thought that these rustic trees would be a perfect way to do that. Now, the nice thing about that is once Christmas is over and all of the Christmas decor comes down, this is something that you could keep out throughout the winter because it doesn't scream Christmas. They're beautiful and they're neutral, and they keep that texture in your home without being an exactly Christmas look. So if you see these in store and you like that rustic touch, be sure and grab these because I have a feeling these will be selling out. Now, I believe I was watching Evelyn Hernandez show a lot of her items, and she was mentioning that Walmart had these really beautiful brownish pine cone ornaments, and they definitely look like they would be glass. They have that reflective sort of glass look to them, but they're plastic, which is wonderful. I think I'm going to end up doing a DIY to the tops just to make them look a little bit more high-end. That definitely looks like, I don't know, it kind of looks like aluminum foil. But with some rub and buff, I think you can kind of elevate the tops. Now, I was only able to find 3 of these. I'm still searching for these. So if you come across these in store and you like this trending brown, moody Christmas look, these are a great item. And the nice part about them is that once you transition from that moody look, 2 or 3 or however long the trend is gonna last, I don't know. But once the new trend comes around, these are neutral enough that you could still use these in your tree even after you move away from the brown coloring. So I'm sort of going back and forth between the rustic and the glam because I wanna show you guys how beautiful these items can be together. That rustic touch really does sort of tone down that glam look. And when I came across these at HomeGoods, I thought these were absolutely stunning. I thought they were so beautiful. These are just glass coffee mugs, but they would be so pretty for a special coffee drink after dinner. Beautiful to serve to your guests. I grabbed 2 of these. They were $9.99. I'm the only one in my house that drinks coffee, and so I thought having more than 2 of these would be a little bit out of budget for something that I probably don't need to do. But I just thought these were so pretty, and not only are they functional, but this would make great coffee bar decor. And I know that the stag head is quite a popular design this year, and so I loved the way the gold and the black detailing sort of married together to create this beautiful coffee mug. Now I want to talk to you guys a little bit about ribbon. I went a little bit ribbon crazy this year because when I was shopping, I really wasn't sure what I wanted to do as far as my color scheme when I was looking for ribbons. Now, I know in a previous video, I said I was going to be incorporating some more reds and burgundies, but when I had those items out in the house, I realized that I just really did want that sort of warm, cozy, almost like a hug color scheme in my house. And so I decided to return those My Texas House ornaments and lean in more to the browns and the creams and the taupes, and I thought that that would be a beautiful complement to a lot of the gold items that I've got. So one of the things that helped me make the decision to lean into more of the browns and taupes was that when I was at Michael's, I saw that their fall ribbons were, I want to say 60% off, and so I was able to grab a lot of ribbon for a very low price. And so this one was the first one that I picked up. This one is like a velvet, almost like a crushed velvet, but it does have that fringed edging to it that I thought was so pretty and would bring in such a beautiful texture alongside the browns that I've got going on and the gold. And so I bought this one, and then I bought 2 different sizes of this same color, but again, this is that crushed velvet with the frayed edge. This is more of like a mocha color, more chocolatey color, and I thought this would be a really nice complement to a lot of the creams that I've got going on. Now, I did purchase 2 new stockings. I know I said I wasn't going to do that, but I have 2 beautiful knit cream stockings from the Hearth and Hand line last year, and I also have 2 dark green ones, but I'm not sure that the green is going to go really well with the color scheme. I'm really leaning into the browns and taupes, so I thought if I just purchased 2 of that chocolate brown, I would be able to go back and forth year after year with the 2 different color schemes, and the cream ones would be the base every year. So I have not received those yet. I'll include a picture here. A lot of you guys may have seen them already on the Target website, but I'm still waiting to have those delivered. So when they arrive, hopefully they will be the right color to match with these ribbons that I picked picked up. Now, one of my favorite channels to watch is Laugh Love Langella, and she was showing that she picked these up, and these right now are pulling very black. The color is called coffee and they're a dark brown. And so I thought these would be really, really pretty. I could use these for gift wrap. Last year I had a really beautiful brown and cream colored scheme going on. That was the first year that I had ever done brown. Brown is really trending this year, and so I'm really grateful that I have those beautiful brown ornaments, but I hung them last year with just those like silver metal hooks, but I think this year I want to try to elevate them a little bit, so I'm going to use these ribbons as a way to do that. So this one is probably my favorite item of all of the purchases this year. I think this is a beautiful piece. It's a great, adorable way to incorporate a little bit of that whimsy, referring to Santa, and sort of make all of the high-end looking pieces that I tried to put together this year have a little bit more of that childlike feel. And so I thought this beautiful box with the letters to Santa on the front would be a great way to do that. Now this is super lightweight, and when I picked it up, it was $17 because it was half price, I believe. So check Michael's, that's where I found this one. And I have a feeling these are gonna sell out fast. So if this is something that you are interested in picking up, don't sleep on this one. Go grab this now. You could always return it later if it's something that you decide you don't want to use. But I absolutely love this. I'm not sure where I'm going to put it yet, but I think it is really cute. Now I do want to talk to you a little bit about my front porch decor, but before we do that, something that I think is really important when you're decorating is to make sure that your Christmas gift wrap coordinates with the color scheme of your house. I think that really helps elevate the look of everything. It's not distracting when you see that color coordinated wrap along with your decor. It's not jarring, and it doesn't have all of that patterning unless that's something that you're going for. But I definitely think it's a good idea to try to incorporate colors on your Christmas wrap that help the gifts look a little bit more like decor. And so because this year I wanted to go with the browns and the creams, but also the gold, this is what I decided to go with this year. All right, so this is the combination of wrapping that I purchased. This one is just the regular brown craft paper. I like the idea of, again, mixing that metallic look with just a rustic, sort of more humble wrap. This one has gold and black polka dots on that cream colored base. And then I also picked up this one, which is also polka dots, but it's all gold. Now what I plan to do with these is use ribbon as accents to the gifts themselves. So I found this beautiful gold Christmas tree ribbon at Home Goods, and I thought this one would be a great way to sort of elevate the look of that brown craft paper. But when it comes to these, I think I want to do something a little bit more undertoned or understated. And so I picked this beautiful black velvet ribbon up as a way to tie in to the black polka dots that are on this paper and create a really nice contrast to the gold. So I think that adding a little bit of black in is a necessary thing when you're talking about all of this gold and glam and rustic look, because black is a neutral. A lot of people don't know that it's a neutral, but it's definitely something that can help ground the space and sort of give a little bit of visual weight without being overboard on the black. Because I do have some Christmas decorations that are black, as well as the hardware in my house is black. I've got the black handle on my sliding door, as well as the black fireplace screen. This is going to be a great way to sort of marry all of this rustic glam together with the accent pieces that are already in my home. Now, I mentioned a few minutes ago that I wanted to go with that brown and taupe and sort of cozy look inside the house, make it feel sort of like a hug, but I do want to incorporate some more traditional looking items onto my front porch. And so I'm going to be using the traditional red and greens to do that. King of Christmas sent me a beautiful 4-piece set. It's their Tribeca Blue Spruce, and I absolutely love it. I cannot wait to use it on my front porch. I'll include an image here of the 4 items together, but basically it's this really beautiful Christmas tree that is lit, and it does come with this perfect vase, which I thought would be a beautiful accent piece for the front porch. This has white lights on it, but it has that traditional sort of spruce blue coloring to it. And so this is going to be so gorgeous on the front of my house. As you know, my house has a little bit of like a grayish blue tint to it. And so I thought this would be the perfect way to accent and highlight that. And let me show you this wreath because it is gorgeous. Look at how full this is. It is so pretty. I think this is going to look great on my front door. It does light and it does have a timer, so that makes life so much easier. I may add in some ornaments just to tie in the red, or I might decide to go with like that black ribbon and some bells. So cannot wait to use these on the front porch along with this beautiful traditional looking doormat. Now this one was a Hobby Lobby find. It was $16.99, but I did pick it up when it was 50% off. But the reason I decided to go with this one is because I love that old world lettering. That is so traditional looking to me with the red lettering and the green scrolls around the edge. I thought that would be a perfect way to bring in those traditional old world Christmas looks. And I do have an antique red wooden sled that I like to use on the front porch as well. And so I'm really excited to put the front porch together this Christmas. Well guys, that's gonna do it for the haul today. Don't forget to be on the lookout for next video. We'll be talking about some of the pins that I have on Pinterest so that you can get a chance to see what my thought process was while I was putting together the look for the Christmas season this year. Be sure to subscribe so that you won't miss out on any of the Christmas decorating fun, and I will see you in the next one. Until then, take care. Thanks for watching, guys. Bye-bye.